Welcome back to MS Excel Training. Today, we're diving into one of Excel's most flexible and powerful function, that is the offset function. Offset allows you to reference a cell or a range of cells based on a starting point. In other words, it helps you shift your references dynamically within a worksheet. Whether you need to pick data from another row, column, or a range, Offset's got you covered. The formula syntax of offset and its description is given in the screen. Let's start with a basic example. Here, I have sales numbers for different item codes and months. In J4 cell, I need to display the sales for item code I034 and for the month of April. In this case, use offset function like this. Equals offset, open parentheses. In the reference, click on the A4 cell, which is the starting point. Put a comma. In the rows, we have to go 3 rows down for I034 item code. So, type 3. Put a comma. In the columns, we have to go 4 columns right from the starting point for the April month. So, put 4 in columns. These height and width parameters are optional, which are not required in this case. Close parentheses and hit enter. Result is returned as 428. This is picked up from this cell. So, here offset picked up a value from 3 rows down and 4 columns right from the start point. Let's imagine an example here. Instead of going to down and right, if you have to go up and left, what would be the formula? In that case, put the rows and column values in negative number. Now, let's look at this another example of combining offset with other functions for dynamic calculations. Here I have the daily sales data. Requirement here is to calculate the average sales of last 3 days. The formula should be dynamic here, because this is a growing data. Currently, last 3 days refers to 4th, 5th, and 6th. But as soon as sales of September 7th will be added, then last 3 days will be 5th, 6th, and 7th. So, in this case, formula should be capable enough to sense the last record and 3 cells above the last record for the averaging. So, in this case, we can use the combination of average, offset, and count A function. Let's start writing the formula. Press is equal to type average function, open parentheses. In number 1 parameter of average function, use the offset. Type offset, open parentheses. In the reference, click on the sales value column header. Put a comma. In rows, to auto-identify last record, use count A function. Type count A, open parentheses. In value 1 parameter, put 05 to 0380 cell reference, assuming that the data can grow till 380th row. But this is totally up to you. Put the range reference up to which your data might grow. Close the parentheses. Put a comma. In the columns parameter, put 0 because we have to calculate from the same column, which is taken in reference point. Put a comma. In the height parameter, we need to put the size of range for calculating average. Since we need last 3 days average, put -3 here. Put a comma. In the widths, put 1. Close the parentheses for offset. Close another parentheses for average. Now hit enter. Result is 12,408. Let's verify the result. Select these 3 cells from last and see in the status bar. Average is 12,408. Our formula is working perfectly. Let's add here a new sales record for a few more days. Check the average of last 3 days. Result has been automatically updated. So, that's a quick overview of the offset function in Excel. Whether you're creating dynamic ranges or shifting data references, offset can be a game changer. Remember, practice is key, so experiment this with the data file attached in video description. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and click the bell so you don't miss any future tutorials. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.